The way that you're finding hair vendors is outdated, and this is why the quality of your hair is inconsistent or your vendors are not just reliable. When I first started my hair business, I did what everyone does. I went straight to Alibaba. I also bought a vendor list, which was horrible, by the way. I could just tell that there was no thoughts around these vendors. So that is why I decided to do my own findings myself. What I did then worked, like going on Alibaba, Googling all of these vendors, coming on YouTube and checking them out. All of this worked back then. But right now in 2026, the game has changed. Let's talk about how to find good vendors. The new strategy that I do now that works every single time. Now, instead of going on Alibaba, which is a waste of time, by the way, all of the vendors you find there are probably very old listings, so I would not go on Alibaba. The first thing that I do is I always go on Instagram. I love going on Instagram when it comes to finding vendors because a lot of these vendors believe that Instagram is the place to be. So most of them are on Instagram. Now, when I go on Instagram, I type the keyword hair vendors. Now, you need to have a lot of keywords. If you're struggling to find the right keyword to use, you can use something called Keyword Everywhere. That kind of gives you a list of keywords. Or another thing that you can use that is completely free is ChatGPT. Just put it in the prompt that you're in search of good hair vendors. You probably change the good to raw. But if you want both raw and virgin, just say you're in search of good raw hair vendors and you want to search it on Instagram. You want it to provide you with 10 keywords that you can put into Instagram search bar to enable you find the best hair vendors. Once you have this list of names from ChatGPT, then you can go onto Instagram and then just type in those keywords. When you type in those keywords, you should find, I'm just going on Instagram so I can refresh my memory on what you will find next. Yeah, so I do this every time. Even though I have vendors, guys, I am always searching for hair vendors just in case. Like, you can never have enough. When you type in the keyword, you would have like for you, profiles, audio. I want you to go on the for you, right? Go on the for you. Don't go on profiles yet. You're still going to do that. And then I want you to look for the page where you can see hair vendors. Now, for example, if I type in hair vendor, what came up was this. Was the Cambodian. Sorry, I have no plan to edit this video except taking up silence and everything. So bear with me. So you should be able to see, like, one will come up on the For You page. What I can see right now is the Cambodian one. It says Raw Hair Also Jenny. Raw Hair Also Jenny has been selling raw hair for a long time. I don't know about Raw. When I used to get hair from her, it wasn't too bad. I no longer use her because I feel like they are more to retail. And also I cannot attest to the quality of their hair anymore because it's been a long time. But that shouldn't stop you from checking them out. I also find that when they do have a lot of followers, they have too much options. And when I say options, they have options from like wig makers or hair sellers as well as wig users. So you want to go to like smaller accounts that most wig users wouldn't go. Sometimes when most wig users see smaller account, they don't go towards them because they feel like they probably don't have the best hair because they don't have the high following. And this is wrong. Now, you also need to be careful when you see low followings. You can see some accounts that they are very old. You can search the status of that account by going on Instagram, and when you open your page up, you'll be able to see the three dots. Go on the three dots and click on about this account, and then you should be able to see how long they have had their Instagram page for and how many times they have changed their name. So I'm using the Raw Hair Also Jenny as an example, and if I go on this three dots, you're going to see this come up and then about this account, and then you can see that they joined in 2020 July 2020. The account is based in Vietnam. If you click on former username, they have changed their username 9 times, and to me, I don't like things like this, especially when the account is small and there isn't a lot of reviews around them. I just go away. I don't even bother stressing. But the reason why I don't mind if they've changed the account twice is because some people have had their Instagram account for a long time. For example, me, for my Instagram account, when I opened it in 2019, I actually opened it for just an account that I could use for myself. And after that, I said, okay, I wanted to do like a wig business. It was a failed business, by the way. It only had lasted 3 months or 6 months. But yeah, so when I clicked change that name, business name, I just left the account. I think I had 50 followers or 20 followers on there. until when I went back to the account in May 2023. That's when I changed the name of the account to Olox Hair right now. So that means I've changed my name 3 times. So when I say 3 times, I'm not really doubting them as much because anything can happen and I wouldn't hold that against them. So when you have all of this list, just scroll and see what their comment sections are saying. Comment section is very important. When I see comment limited, I don't bother. It means that they're trying to hide something. I don't care what's happening. Once I see comment limited, I am also limiting myself from the page. It's social distancing. Like, I don't even check it. I don't even come back because I don't take the risk. Also, the next step is you can go on profiles and you should be able to see a lot of profiles. I don't like using profiles though because I find like it gets really spammy. So I don't like using profiles. I just like the For You page. What I also look out for is that genuine people following them. It's really important. You can look into this by just going on their following page and see if they look genuine, if people of color, people that would ordinarily buy hair, if they're actually following them. Another thing I don't really care about as much is if people are engaging and liking their posts. Most people don't like their hair vendors posts because they don't really have time for that. The CD hair, they probably send it to their DM and say, can you share the price list? But those 2 things that I shared, they're really important for me. Once I have that short list, once I have a list of the names, I write them down. I also create like a folder on Instagram, and the folder will be like hair vendor. I use the folder. So for example, if the search term is hair vendor, I wouldn't save that folder as hair vendors and save the contacts on there. And I go in again with another search term. It can get a bit boring. Take your time. Scroll down. That's where you find a lot of vendors that are literally eating at the bottom. The ones that are at the top are obviously having good engagement and stuff like that, but you necessarily don't want to just look at the ones at the top. Scroll down to the end because most of the vendors that sell good hair rarely have engagement on their posts. Their camera quality is really bad. So take your time and scroll down with that search term. Try and do at least 5 in a day. Rest. The next day, start again until you've completely exhausted your search term. Once I have that list, and if you don't have about 5 lists, you are actually not doing this well. Like you are not doing this correctly. Go back and start searching again. Once I have that list, my next step is to go on TikTok. For me, TikTok can be quite distracting. I absolutely love TikTok. TikTok is a place where I actually enjoy the content. So if I go on TikTok and start searching, I get distracted. So that's why I'm not always using TikTok every single time. I will say start with Instagram first because it is much more detailed. You get more juice out of the chicken. What am I saying? Juice out of the chicken. Guys, I hope you understand what I'm saying. So when you go on TikTok, what I love doing is I don't necessarily search for the vendors themselves. I get opinion. TikTok is a place where people can actually sit down and talk and chat without feeling like they will get any pushback from the algorithm because everything is raw and genuine and people are just speaking, right? So that is what I use on TikTok. I actually listen to people that have gotten these vendors. I'm not searching for one specifically. I type in hair vendors and I see what people are saying. And the real gem on TikTok is actually the comment section. It is not necessarily what that person is saying, it's what people are saying in the comment section. You're going to see people like talking, arguing in the comment section. You need to grab a chair, grab your popcorn, sit on that comment section and scroll to see what people are saying. Look at the vendors that keeps popping up every single time. What I would say when it comes to doing this though is that most of these vendors target a lot of retail customers. So if you reach out to some of these vendors, they may be a little bit expensive. But still try them because I've actually found one, I think 2 vendors that I really like from just comment section. So what is your next step? Get your pen and paper and write these names down because you don't want to forget. You don't want to save the video as well and then think you can come back and say, if you do that, sometimes some of these content creators, including me, sometimes I decide, you know what, I want to like archive this video and that's it, all your information gone. So don't just save it because now you're not saving the vendor, you are saving someone commenting on a vendor or someone just talking about hair vendors. So grab that information, put it on your notes on your phone, just in case anything happens so that I don't lose that information. My next step that I always do is that if I'm looking for Indian vendors, usually you can find Indian vendors on Instagram, on TikTok, but sometimes when I want to look for a specific curl pattern or I want like a rare look or I want an Indian vendor that isn't really out there, what I do is I go on IndiaMART. IndiaMART is called Indian and then MART, MAT. I go on there and I'm able to search for vendors. IndiaMART is like Alibaba or AliExpress in India, where all these vendors actually add their information on there. You can actually message the vendors directly on IndiaMART, but sometimes I actually don't because I think you need to subscribe or something. I just get their picture sometime and I do a reverse search on Google. Then it brings up this vendor on Instagram for me or on TikTok or on YouTube. Or some of the vendors have their information and the pictures. I just grab that information. I search it on TikTok, I search it on Instagram to get me those vendors. Or on IndiaMART, you can actually see like somewhere that says description where they have much more information about the vendor, and sometimes these vendors put their names on there. It's actually a good place for you to find hair vendors if you're looking for specific Indian hair vendors. Now, this is next one is my favorite platform that I always use. Once I have all of these names, now at this time, if you're having 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 names, you haven't done enough, sis. You need to go back there and restart this because let's not be lazy. Because once you get all of these vendors, honestly, and you find good vendors, you will never lack vendor. You always have a vendor. If one is acting a bit weird, you can always go to your list and grab another vendor from there. So this is a very important step in your business, and I don't want you to be lazy about it. Now, once I get all of these names together, I go on my favorite place, which is Facebook groups. You can actually join Facebook groups, hair vendors. There's so many of them that you can join, but don't join spammy ones. I cannot stand the spammy ones. Once I join one and I see that all they do is they sell their hair, or maybe like a hairstylist has the group and all she does is sell a vendor list, I exit the group. So once you find a good Facebook group that has a lot of following, a lot of engagement on there from other people talking about the experiences, then what you do is the list that you have on your notes, you're going to go on Facebook group and search those names individually. You need to do this because you need to find what people are saying before you go and start spending money. I go into the comment section as well. I check every single thing. Another thing that I use Facebook groups for is also to find new vendors. I look at what people's comments are saying, if they're willing to share, if they're willing to talk about their experiences. Yeah, it's a good place where you can also get vendors and not just like research vendors. I will say though, I would say that sometimes some of these vendors will tell you that a vendor is not good. I've actually have a vendor that I absolutely love using that on the group it's been said that this vendor is not good. Now, so this is why you need to take it with a grain of salt, because for some people, I'm not saying that what you're saying they're lying. I'm not saying that. They may have had just one bad experience with this vendor, and obviously that would make them really upset. So you need to make sure that if you keep saying that it's a frequent occurrence and people are saying, oh my gosh, stay away, this vendor is bad, then obviously you have to stay away. But don't just condemn a vendor from one person's post, because anything can happen. We are all human beings. These vendors are human beings as well. Maybe there was a process issue, maybe there was a wefting issue, because you know what? The quality of hair is not just about hair itself. People need to understand that it's also about the construction of the weft, the steaming of the hair itself. There's so many factors that can determine a good quality hair, not just the hair itself. I've had a vendor that has good hair, but the construction is really bad. So if you're brushing the hair out, it keeps shedding. I don't like dealing with factories that their hair sheds. So unfortunately, I can't tell you a specific Facebook group, but you can go ahead on Facebook and you can actually search Facebook. Unfortunately, I will not also be giving you free hair vendor. I've said why I will not be doing that going forward. And when I will do that, you can check out the video. I'm going to link it at the end. Another key thing that is really important is that order samples. Please do not order bulk. Please, I don't know. I feel like it's just a common knowledge. And unfortunately, some people still fall victim of that. Also, test the hair yourself. Don't test the hair on your clients. Don't buy the hair and with the intention of selling, especially the ones that you want to buy to sample. Test it yourself to make sure that the hair is good quality. You don't want to ruin your reputation over money. It's not worth it. Once there's one stigma, it just stays and it keeps building up. You don't want that. Also, I've put together a free guide. Actually, there is a link in the description that includes this breakdown. So if you really want to have something that you can always look back on and maybe tick while you go, you can check out the link in the description. It also includes like list of recommended sewing machine, includes the list of my favorite products. So literally it's like a wig business starter kit. So if you want it, just check out the link in the description and grab it. It's completely free. Okay, that was a lot, guys. That was something that I really wanted to share with you on day 9. I can't believe it's already day 9. So yeah, today has been partially busy for me. So I didn't even have time to get my hair done. I just was just working and I said, oh my gosh, the time. I just came upstairs and started recording without even wearing a wig. So yeah, it just shows that I am being consistent. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I really appreciate you for being here, for listening to me, yapping and yapping away. It's day 9 of 100. I'll see you tomorrow.